How's it going, Godzilla fans, Kaiju fans, collectors, and just general people of YouTube? This is Chanzilla 1964 coming back to you with the final Bandai Movie Monster Series Godzilla figure review from the Tokyo, Japan trip haul. Now, I will say this is going to be the final one because, well, at least from the 6-inch line, because I do have the 8-inch Bandai Movie Monster Series, technically not the Movie Monster Series, but the Giant Monster Series, if I'm getting the name correct. That from that line, the -1 figure. But from the 6-inch line of the Bandai Movie Monster Series, we have the last two figures I got to review. The 1974 newly released 2024 mold, the 1974 Godzilla. And the 1974 flying Mechagodzilla figure. Wow. I mean, the flying Ghidorah was something that, yes, that was cool and part of the Ghidorah forms. But this is on a whole new level, Bandai. I mean, I'm really amazed. But without further ado, let's just jump right into this review. I know I reviewed not Godzilla the last time first, but I'm going to review Godzilla here first because this guy is a lot and kind of not a lot to go over. So, yeah. The 1974 Godzilla is pretty much a similar, if not the same mold as the original movie or the memorial box version of him. So, scale detail is very, very nicely done. The scaling goes all the way down from the tip of his head to the arms here, all the way down until the tip of the tail and the legs, all over the body. Very, very nicely done. Only time where this scaling stops would be the hands for Godzilla 74 over here. And outside of the hands, inside of the hand detail, very, very nicely done. And then the knee, even the kneecaps have it. Then there's the really nice full leg folds here, but they stop at the feet. There it is. They stop at the feet here where they got little nice bump details for the toes and very nicely done smooth toenails, which is how the 74 Godzilla's toenails should be. And the tail, where it just stops all of a sudden here and goes all the way down with this nice under the tail detail. And besides that, the chest here is actually the chest is a little different from the original mold. Yeah. No, it's the same. But yeah, it stops here at the chest. Very nice chest detail. Very nice neck fold here too. Didn't notice that when I first got him. And then you got the face. Perfect 74 Godzilla face. I don't know what else I gotta say. But that is the 74 Godzilla face. It is really, really good. And he looks very angry and pudgy at the same time. So, perfect. I do like the more pronounced, at least for me right now when I'm looking at it, the more pronounced spike here for the head. Really, really nice. Spines here though, perfect. And while I'm here, I'm going to cover the spine paint. It goes all the way down to the tip of the tail. Almost the tip of the tail. I'm missing two, but that's not really a big thing. I'll count it as all the way to the tip of the tail. Really, really good paint and detail for this guy. While we're on paint though, nice bone white coloring for the toenails and the fingernails. Teeth just has this really off-white color. Interesting. The mouth has this really darkish pink color. It can't quite catch, but there's a darkish pink coloring for the tongue here. No paint for the top of the mouth. The eyes are very nicely painted. In fact, they're the best part for me right now because they got the pupil, a shine, the white of the eye, and they have some shading around the eye itself. There's a bit of black paint right here, which is very, very cool. Wasn't expecting that. A really nice surprise. Really, really like it. That's it for paint and detail for the 74 Godzilla. The articulation on this guy, his arms can move, but they kind of scrape up against the body so they don't move all the way around. And the legs can move too, but they stop at a certain point because of the tail. There is no head seal. Oh no, there is a head. Oh, there's head articulation. I'm sorry. Yeah, so there is a head articulation. I almost missed that, but there's glue at the tail, so there's no tail articulation. And then we'll get the size comparison in a bit after we review this guy, the flying version of Mechagodzilla 74. So some details are very muted compared to the regular Mechagodzilla figure, and that the folds are very there's just not as many suit folds as you can see as there are here, because that's probably because this is based off the flying prop, which wouldn't have those folds. But the detail that is here is what is important and is perfect, because you have all the nice grooves here for the nose. All the bolts are where they're supposed to be too. You got the Mechagodzilla T sculpted in here too. Then, I mean, the X thing going on, the crotch piece, and I guess the joints for Mechagodzilla's arms and legs. And you got the stubby knee missiles, which are very, very muted actually. The missiles, the hands and the feet missiles they're okay. They're perfect actually for what they are. The tail is very nicely done. I really like how they added the mini rocket piece for the tail. I don't know if that's supposed to be bigger, but it's still cool that it's there. And then you got the propulsion jet boosters for the feet. Very nice little added detail there. Bottom of the feet detail. I mean, this just speaks for itself. This is really good detail as is. But while the detail is muted and minimal for Mechagodzilla 74, it is still really, really good, and it gets the job done and then some, in my opinion. So yeah, detail is really, really good. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but it's really, really good. Plus, I haven't seen the prop, so I can't say if it's terrible or perfect. But for me, I really like the detail. The paint, I really love, because you got the shading and quite a few places on this guy, like here on the chest, the shoulders, the hips for Mechagodzilla, and even the tail. There's quite a bit of shading on the tail here. So yeah, the paint work on this guy is phenomenal. And you got this really nice deep red for the Mechagodzilla logo and the ears, which I hope they use this color on the actual 74 Mechagodzilla figure. The eyes are really nicely done too. But because I do not consider this to be an actual Bandai Movie Monster Series Mechagodzilla figure, I simply refuse to. Although I will admit they have this paint done on it, so I gotta give this thing credit where credit is due, and credit in that this is the first 6-inch vinyl of this Mechagodzilla. So yeah, but I know Bandai will probably be making another version of this, but standing, so hopefully we get that one day. If not, this is good and this is okay for now. But yeah, this Mechagodzilla is really, really good. Detail and paint wise, everything is where it should be, more or less. Articulation, this thing doesn't need articulation. So any articulation that we get on this thing is an added bonus. And we do get 2 points of articulation. No, the head does not move. There is no glue seal, but the arms do spin all the way around. Yes, so you can get Mechagodzilla in like this pose, where he's like this, or you can even get him like this, where he's showing off his MG symbols, and he's just kind of flying like a jet plane. I mean, that's about it. There's no waist swivel, even though there's a glue seal at the waist, and there's definitely no leg swivel. So yeah, there is 2 points of articulation where there doesn't have to be an articulation, which is really nice. Really appreciate that on this figure, and I mean, it's just added bonus. As for size comparison, I'd say he sizes up pretty nicely with this Godzilla here. I mean, Yeah, I don't ever remember them coming face to face like this in the movie, but this Mechagodzilla head seems to be matching up with this head, so I'd say the size comparison is pretty much perfect, pretty good. Yeah. Here are some fun added bonuses just for the size comparison. We have the Fate Godzilla from the Memorial box. We have King Caesar. We have the Bandai Creations Mechagodzilla 74, and we have this regular Mechagodzilla. So together they look really good. Am I noticing something crazy here? This Godzilla is a little taller than the Fake Godzilla, so I think this might actually be a new mold. I stand corrected. I'm wrong. Okay, well, yeah. So that's definitely a new Godzilla mold because he's a little bit taller, unless that's just the legs. But I'm not really going to get into that right now. But yeah, this is a fun little thing for the 74 Mechagodzilla versus Mechagodzilla figures that you guys could possibly have in your collection right now. You have the 74 figure, Godzilla figure, Fake Godzilla, King Caesar, Bandai Creations Mechagodzilla, and the flying version of Mechagodzilla. They size up really nicely together, and yeah, they just size up really nicely together. I cannot wait till Bandai makes new figures of these two, and hopefully a new figure of this guy. I do not plan on getting the Bandai premium version of the Fake Godzilla, even though that mold is perfect for Fake Godzilla versus this, which is this figure with a different arm. So hopefully we do get new figures of these three and the 72 Anguirus, or even a 74 Anguirus, where, because in this Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla movie, which is my first Godzilla movie that I ever watched, holds a soft spot in my heart. Anguirus is missing his two fangs because I guess the suit was that deteriorated, or he's missing his fangs, or it's just a different Anguirus. So Bandai, possibilities there, future figure ideas there, throwing it out there. Anyways, though, I recommend you do get these two guys if you're a fan of the Showa series, especially. If you're a fan of Mechagodzilla, you definitely need to have this guy in your collection. I mean, it's a flying Mechagodzilla. It's cool. And then this is just a kind of new mold, but seems really familiar version of 74. So if you already have a figure of him, it's really up to you if you want to get another one. For me, I always appreciate a new Godzilla figure, so I might just get this one and I definitely got this one, and I might slowly phase out the old figure from the Memorial box and put him up with the other Memorial box figures, which I have on the shelf. We will see. But I do like this figure so far, and he's a little bit taller than the other figures, so he might start being the new 74 Godzilla figure. But with that being said, if you guys like this video, do be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below. I know I said I would do a triple review, but I decided against putting in 75 into this review, since that figure is a figure that should be appreciated on its own, and that's exactly what we're going to do on this channel. So stay tuned. But if you guys think I may miss anything, do be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. And if you guys like what you see on the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for the Soul of Chogokin. Oh, that's the Soul of Chogokin 1975 Mechagodzilla figure review, and the Bandai Namco mascot figure review coming up soon. Stay tuned for those two. And this has been Chanzilla 1964 saying until next time, guys. Peace.